Lord,
Thomas's
have
keyboard.
mercy. Yeah, I know.
How do you hear that, dude? Why is the gate so freaking stupid on this thing?
All right, getting the recording started.
Woo!
Thomas over there bombing a city with a skateboard.
Bro, I gotta figure out how like lightly I have to touch each key. I gotta be like,
I can still hear it. Welcome back to the CheekCast podcast, episode 14.
14.
Not 13. Episode 14 called "We Can Hear Thomas's Keyboard Whenever He Speaks."
We did a sneaky little episode 13 already.
Yeah, we did an episode 13. It was called Bonus Round. This episode is going to be a little bit different, hopefully. We're going to open up the chat for towards like the middle of the podcast for Q&A. If people show up to do so. If they don't, then we'll just never do it again. So
Yeah, exactly. If these ungrateful sons of it, I'm kidding.
yeah, if these ungrateful, we'll see. We'll see how it goes as we progress. Right now, I think it's Voltage and probably Poe.
Maybe.
I would assume.
Maybe
Bunny. We'll see. We'll see who it is. But I did open it up for everybody. Maybe more people will come through. They can ask questions. But that's what we're starting with today. But we're gonna get through what we have first, which is what we do start with every time, is news.
We do have some news.
Granted, we are not your number one source for news. We usually just state it and then we either shit talk it or say it's good, because that is what we do here.
Yeah.
generally, I just ramble on about random stuff. We don't even know why.
I mean, me and Thomas could probably make an entire podcast about just Terraria if we wanted to.
Yeah, you probably could. Probably could. So yeah, I have side note, who typed all over? Look at my beautiful notes, okay? Who typed, what is this? What is this?
Oh, that was me when I was making fun of what Thomas was saying. Yeah, that random. Yeah, that was me when I was making fun of Thomas hitting his keyboard. That's what I typed.
You've ruined my notes. Anyways,
I don't know what you want me to say.
Okay. So on to the news section of things.
Let's get right into the news.
One of the bigger topics that I just saw, like today, is that apparently Sony is essentially globally going to be raising the price of the PS5. And
I'm sure that'll help people get a hold of, get a hand on them. So it's just like,
yeah, it'll definitely help me get my hands on them. That's going to be great. I can't wait to spend even more money to try to find a PS5.
I don't think it'll affect the US. But I read that Japan, United Kingdom, I think Canada, a few other big countries.
Wreck nerds.
I mean, inflation kind of going crazy, so I guess it makes sense, right?
But essentially because Sony announced it, I'm assuming because, now I haven't dove into this, but there's probably a reason why they're lacking money or something. Yes, inflation, but Xbox and Nintendo have responded to this saying, yeah, well, we're not.
Yeah, you know why? Because Xbox just got that Discord contract.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's smart on their part to say no. And they're publicly able to respond to it. So for Sony to just be like, oh yeah, hey, by the way, next quarter price is going up 20%. Sorry.
Sony's been
damn, 20%.
Yeah, roughly 18 or 20%. Like, there's some speculation.
See, I'm thinking like it's gonna be like 500 for PS5. Now it's gonna be like 550. 20%. 20% is like a whole. That's a whole extra $100, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's a whole $100.
And of course, depending on where it is, that could be more or less in US dollars.
But even then, dude, that's still kind of crazy.
Gonna be roughly 20%, yeah.
I mean, Sony's weird. They also just made a new controller where you can customize every little. Who's asking for that? You can customize some knobs. You can customize some bumpers on there. Like, I mean, that's cool.
People want that. The thing is, that already exists, bro. You just go buy a scuff.
True. I mean, true.
Go buy a scuff, bro. Go buy a strike pack from Walmart, $25.
Don't encourage that. Don't encourage that, dude. Anyways, I thought that was interesting though, because I'm like, I get the inflation, but I have a feeling that even if inflation comes down, they're not going to be changing the price. So yeah, we'll see how that goes and see if they lose money over raising the price. Since they won't be as competitive anymore. But anywho, moving on from that, don't make fun of me.
So I'm gonna just state this, and you guys can try to figure out what it means. A dead game adds turtles to their roster.
I like turtles.
I do too. I love turtles. It's Knockout City. They added Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to their roster because all 350 people who played it today are really excited. I'm not shit talking them, but I'm sorry, but I mean the Steam charts don't lie, my boy.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
in May of 2022, their average players was 90.
That's yeah.
$20
and you know what gets
that's
me?
almost as much as that watch me on Twitch. Like,
what gets me is that this edition is not free. It is a $20 bundle.
That's even like I don't understand who they're trying to price gouge right now. There's nobody playing.
There's no one playing.
Like Teenage Mutant Turtles are a hot commodity right now, so
yeah. And what are they appealing to? Like,
yeah, I don't really quite get it either. Like, it would have been a really great idea, like when the game was launching.
Bro, that's just like having Arya Stark in Multiverse. Like, what the
fuck? Let's
bro, who are you appealing to, dog? You got Jake and Finn, and then you got Arya Stark, bro. Like, we got Shaggy in that bitch, and Shaggy's in there because of the memes. But then you got Tom and Jerry for the people for the people like us who know who he is.
Yeah.
And then you got Jake and Finn in there, and now they're adding Morty. Like,
it's because HBO owns Cartoon Network, or the company that owns HBO
Warner
owns
Bros.
Cartoon Network.
It's Warner Bros. That game's
Warner Bros.
I think that's why they have the same contract, is because Warner Bros. Own the rights on Game of Thrones?
I don't know. I think so.
Yeah, probably. I think so.
Somebody Google that. Not me, because you'll hear me do it.
That good point. Let's find out, guys. Because now we're curious, shall we?
I mean, I tried to look it up. I can't find what Warner Brother owns. To be honest, it's kind of hard.
Well, I mean, granted, when that dev was in there, he said that they can go to other IPs.
Yeah, he said they can go to other IPs.
Yeah, so I mean that's gotta be what it is. I
don't
know how they got
if you don't know what we're talking about, when I streamed Multiverse when it came out, I had one of the people who had worked on the character design for a few of the characters, who was a dev on the project, telling us what he could and couldn't do. And he said he's the one who designed Tasmanian Devil and his spin, and he apologized profusely for it. Because if you remember that time where Taz would just spam his
spin, he would just spin all day. You'd be like,
it was the most annoying thing in the world. Multiverse is adding Morty. Apparently, there's been a whole bunch of leaked characters, but Morty is coming, and he's like the next character to drop. They're saying, he is. A lot of people are saying he's already like stupid strong.
I would assume. It only makes sense. I'm sure a lot of people were assuming Rick and Morty would be in the show at some point.
Well, of course, they're gonna add people who are like memes and stuff, because that's how you get popular nowadays. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if suddenly they had contacted the Chocolate Rain guy and he was in there too.
Chocolate Rain guy.
Yo, I want to see him against Nico from GTA 4.
I will say, if you haven't heard, speaking of another fighting game, the fucking, what is it called? The Wings of Aether or whatever it's called? Rise of Aether?
Sure.
It's some kind of
Rivals
of Aether. It's an indie fighting game. And this is not an advertisement. I just saw a video. I saw Donkey do a video about it today. I love Donkey, bro. I've been watching Donkey for a long time.
And the game's been out for a fat ass minute.
It's been out for a while. Yeah. But what the developers did is they released like a set character base, and then just was like, okay, you guys have fun with it. So people started adding like Ronald McDonald. They started adding, the cat that like taps on the keyboard and like touches, and like the waiting cat. They added him in there. He's in the game. They added a whole bunch of, there's like mods on top of mods, but the community
White's in there.
They didn't. Walter White's in there. They didn't break
a giant meth crystal.
They didn't break it. The people who added these modded characters made them balanced so they fit into the game.
Yep.
That's the best. Like, and they just opened up the workshop and was just like, here's everything you need to do to figure out how to do everything, and have fun. And they like the people who play it. They said if you love fighting games, that this trumps everything.
Yeah.
Like it's $30 on Steam. I'm looking it up right now. I want to see some of the workshop stuff for it because I
bet it's crazy.
I've heard that it's absolutely insane. And when I say like any character you can probably think of, Thomas, somebody's probably made a mod for it.
There was Luigi with a lightsaber penis attack.
Whoa.
Next level.
Like somebody said, Goku beating the shit out of the batter from off on the battle bus will never not be funny. Like, like and then somebody said, imagine this. There's two options with this game. Either you play the original without the mods, which is a very good game, or you play Untitled Goose. You know, the Goose from Untitled Goose Game is on there.
Yeah, that's
right.
Matt from Wii Sports, San from Undertale, and Barack Obama's fighting on top of a McDonald's.
This sounds amazing.
They said it's Smash Bros. If it had a Steam Workshop. Ronald McDonald killed the Eye of Cthulhu. Like,
hell yeah.
You can play as Cosmic Ronald McDonald fighting Goku in the depths of hell, or you can play as Mudkip.
Hell yeah.
Walter White versus Among Us.
Perfect.
Somebody said no boss
you
baby.
You should buy that, though.
I'm probably going to buy it. Me and Thomas might have to fuck
should.
around and play. Dude, I might have to get a few people to buy this and play
Imagine community night on Rivals of Aether.
Community night on Rivals of Aether. We just do 4v4s with the most random ass characters.
That could make for some great content.
Dude, I might have to mess with it.
Yeah, I think that'd be funny.
That would be really funny. There's even a story mode.
There's a story mode.
Okay. There's a story mode. Learn the backstory behind each rival and begin to uncover the hidden mysteries of the Aether.
Oh God, what are the memes? I would want to.
I would love to see an abridged version of Breaking Bad.
Oh
dude,
man,
I might have to cop it. It's really funny.
It so.
I wish I could find. I want to find the workshop for it, but I don't know how to find the workshop for the specific game right now. I'm not really. It's probably like I probably have to look it up in here.
We'll figure it out.
I just wanted to read you some of the characters that exist.
I mean, it looks hilarious.
Like, let's see, most popular pea shooter. It's Bellsprout. King Deity. You can fight in Whiterun.
Hell yeah.
Samus is in there, obviously, because everybody loves Samus. No, show me most popular all time. That's what I want to see. Most popular all time mods for Rivals.
Greninja in there.
Kirby, obviously. Speedrunner Link. It's like a really badly hand-drawn Link. Sans and Chara. I don't know who Chara is from Untitled or from Undertale. Never played it. Didn't look interesting. Untitled Goose Game. The Goose.
Mm-hmm.
Moon Knight. Fox.
Okay, just Mario pissing is literally one of the characters.
Bro, dude, the Luigi that they put in the game was like hip thrusting everywhere and swinging his laser dick around. Like,
yeah,
it's so funny. Speedrunner Mario. There's
Shy
Ronald
Guys
McDonald.
in there.
You can play as a crewmate.
Yeah,
like Doodle Bob.
You can play as Sandbert, which is the sandbag from I'm pretty sure that's the sandbag from Smash Bros. That you kick across the map.
Dude, water bottle is a character. Water bottle.
You can play as an annoying dog. You can play as a chess piece. There's a character called Cuphead that just shoots some guns. Like, you can play as Giga Chad.
Amazing.
A creeper. It looks like a really badly drawn creeper. Bro, you can play as Big Yoshi.
Big
Yoshi.
Oh, there's Greninja, actually.
Oh, bet.
That's the Greninja mod right there, dude. You can play as Wally, Link. Dude, there's 237 pages of characters.
Yeah, I mean it's crazy. So we will. Yeah, we need to look at
I'm gonna have to cop it and give it a shot. It's really funny.
I think that'd make.
You can play as the guy who sings the fuck this shit I'm out. You can play as him. He's on there, which is really funny. Play as Captain Toad, Reggie Gigas. Kid Goku. I'm trying to think if there's any other funny ones. You can play as Mii Brawler.
Listen,
dude, it's so funny though.
Make that a plan, and then we'll come back next week and tell everybody how great it was.
That's so funny though. It's so good.
It is.
Oh, that's so funny.
Back to the news.
Let's get back into the news.
We talked about Multiverse's new character, and I also found that apparently there may be a Destiny collab in Fortnite, because there was a leak recently. Fortnite just snatching up everything they can get their hands on. Like, they're like, Marvel, yup.
Bro, who are they gonna
Destiny,
collab?
yup.
Okay, if
Comic
they're gonna bring back Cade 6 and they're gonna make him a character.
Yeah, probably.
Like Zavala.
I'm not saying it's a bad idea. I just think it's crazy.
But it's not a. I don't think that's a. I mean, it's not a bad idea, but who are you appealing? The people who play Destiny don't ever wake up one morning and go, "Damn, I kind of want to play some Fortnite." Like,
you don't know that for sure, to be honest.
Where's the Fortnite and Rivals of Ether collab?
Yeah,
you know?
where's I want to play as a big booty default character. Like,
oh my god. Anyway, it's a leak, so it might be true, it might not be, but
yeah, maybe
it is on there.
Oh, here's a good one. I don't know if you've ever played Hearthstone, but you can't talk to people.
You can't. There's no direct chat.
You can just press emotes and like threaten people and be like, "I will strike you down." It'll be in your character's voice and everything.
Yeah. No way to
you
directly...
can now report toxic behavior in Hearthstone.
Yeah,
wow.
I don't.
I mean, like, summoning minions over and over.
Dang, you trolling me?
So the thing about that is, it's like, that's great that you're trying to put a stop to toxic behavior or whatever, but I don't. But when I, like, from surface level, that's like, oh, cool, good for Blizzard, trying to cut down on toxicity in their games. Great. But if you've never played Hearthstone, like,
and they said, the article even says players are relieved. Like, players are relieved to finally implement a report feature.
Bro, it just reminds me of that tweet by Tyler, the Creator, where he's like, how you getting angry? Like, just get up and walk away.
Yeah, seriously. No, but that's exactly it. So I was reading the articles on it saying, like, it'll help cut down on people throwing their games and being aggressive. And I'm like, how?
You don't want people to play Hearthstone?
Because I mean, like, if you've never played the game, like my Boba just said, you can use the threaten button, and it does a character voice line, and you can spam that a little bit, but you can literally mute the other player so you don't hear any of their little voice lines. So I'm kind of confused.
And if your opponent is gonna throw the game, like,
yeah, they're gonna throw.
A free win, like,
yeah, exactly. Exactly. If they leave the game, and yeah, it's annoying that you have to wait until it kicks them out of the game, but you got a free win. Like, I was, again, surface level, it's like, cool, they're still trying to put a stop to toxic, but I don't know what they're preventing. If someone can enlighten me on what toxicity existed beforehand, if there's something I don't know about, there's no voice chat. It just didn't. Yeah, it didn't make sense. I thought that was kind of strange. But just like, anyways,
Rockstar is also, speaking of just stuff that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
they are now banning people for mentioning GTA 6.
Mm-hmm.
Mentioning it. Like,
apparently
somebody
this
on
was
Twitch,
already a policy on YouTube, which I didn't
somebody
know.
on Twitch said GTA 6, and that message is getting immediately filtered out, but everything else isn't.
Now, that's on the Rockstar channel, though.
Right.
Like, I guess on their Twitch channel.
But, like, why? Like,
I'm not really sure.
And
it
seems really odd.
Lost. Like, I didn't even know there was going to be a GTA 6 coming out. Like,
yeah, when somebody's like, hey, did you know there's a GTA 6 coming out? Banned! Don't tell anybody!
Yeah, but, I mean, like, it's already been in a leaked announcement anyways, but regardless of that, why are we banning people for just saying it? That just seems way over the top, for sure. That seems very harsh for no reason at all.
Yeah. It seems kind of weird.
Yeah, and as far as I understand, there was no response from Rockstar on, like, why they have done that. Like, it's a policy. You can't say it. Okay, but why are we banning people from your channel? Like,
so that's just weird.
It don't be making no sense, bro.
It doesn't. That's a little extreme from any level. One other piece of news real quick before we move on. I have two things, actually. Number one, in case anyone hadn't seen it or played it in the past, Dead Island 2 has been announced, and that's very exciting.
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 It's very
It's
exciting.
very exciting. Because I played Dead Island a lot. I thought it was a great game. It wasn't perfect, obviously. Like it was very glitchy. But then they like remastered it, and then they did a little spin-off game of it. But it was a really good game, and it's literally like the precursor to Dying Light, which kind of perfected what Dead Island was going for. But apparently they're not dead, and they're finally coming out with a second game. Do I think it's going to overtake the likes of the Dying Light community? Probably not. However, it could be really fun.
Well, what's funny too is about the Dying Light, and I know what they're trying to recover. They're trying to recover from Dying Light 2, because Dying Light 2 was a really fun game.
Yes.
But it did not do as well as Dying Light 1.
No.
Like the all-time peak is higher on Steam. Like it popped off for literally a month.
Yeah.
And then it disappeared. But like the average players now still play Dying Light 1 because it's objectively a better game.
Yeah, I mean,
it's got more meat to it.
Yeah, over and over again.
I still would prefer Dying Light 1 over 2. 2 has some mechanics in it that I like.
Yeah.
But the whole point of playing Dying Light is for the parkour.
Absolutely.
And they kind of took it out of the second one, and they started just letting you fly around.
Yeah,
and grapple hook. It felt kind of off-putting as opposed to the second one. The second one was all on your feet.
Well, you also said it was way too easy. Like because
I beat it. I beat it in no time. I beat it in
like
one
16
stream.
hours. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really easy. I did everything.
Yeah. You about 85%ed that game in like 16 hours.
Yeah, Dying Light 2's got a DLC coming out too.
Yeah, I've heard about that. I'll probably reinstall it for that. I still need to get you to play it.
I mean,
I need to as well.
Where's the sale? Hit me with the sale, and I'll.
Absolutely.
Well, they go on sale quite a bit, so that's what we're waiting for.
Well,
and then
Dying Light 2. Hold on, Dying Light 2. February 3rd, 2023 release date. In case anybody is interested, it will be.
Or do you mean Dead Island 2?
Excuse me, Dead Island 2.
Speaking of expansions, if you own all the expansions for World of Warcraft, they are giving out the Shadowlands expansion for free and a level 50 boost.
I'm honestly pretty sure it doesn't matter what X pack you're on.
Somebody's clarified that on one of the WoW forums that you have to own every X pack before it.
You do, okay. That is good to know because, but even still, it is a full.
I mean, you get a free expansion and a free boosted character.
Yeah, so you have to have up into Battle for Azeroth.
Yeah, which I'm saving my boost for maybe one of the new characters.
True.
So I've been saving my boost for.
If there's anybody that is considering going back to WoW, I guess this would be the time if you do not have the new expansion pack, because they are apparently literally giving it away for free until September 5th, I think. So.
And I understand that I'll be streaming.
Nothing on that game.
I understand that I'll be streaming under the likes of Asmon and all the other big World of Warcraft streamers, but I will still be streaming WoW when Dragonflight comes out, because I'm going to be playing that.
We're going to go through the storyline.
Oh, man, it makes me so excited.
Yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. But anyways, just wanted
Maybe I'll even boost
a
new character and do it on that character.
True. You could.
Just for content.
But I think that's a good move on their part, because I know the numbers have been dwindling a bit, and they want to bring people back in before Dragonflight comes out. So that's a good idea. Moving on from our little bits of news that we have here. Well,
following in with the WoW stuff, if you're looking to get started in PC gaming.
Okay.
Because this would it sounds like a bad time to start, because there is never going to be a good time to start ever, because everything's going to be overpriced for the rest of eternity.
Well, at least for the next few years, yeah. Unfortunately, the market is kind of strange.
I would say that you need to set yourself aside, if you want to make a computer that's going to last, probably like $1,800.
Yeah, at a minimum.
And that's for everything. Like that's for the monitor, the keyboard, the mouse, the tower.
That would be a good entry level.
Yeah, like $1,800 to $2,000 for a decent one, because you can get yourself a 3070. It's not going to come with the best cooling. It's not going to come with the best everything, but it'll still be nice. It'll run nice. It'll be clean. if you're looking to get into PC gaming at all, that's probably your move right now. and sadly, you gotta buy pre-build, bro.
Unfortunately, pre-builds are just way more accessible than building your own. We always built our own computer, but we don't really have that luxury when there's only a few parts and they're all overpriced. Now, I will say the price on some things has come down. Like video cards are still overpriced, but they are coming down. Like I did see 3070s for like 6 or 700 and then 3080s for like 1200, 1100, something like that. But
it's a lot though.
A lot of companies that build computers just automatically have first dibs on production. They've already gone to Nvidia or whatever, and they've already said I'm purchasing 100 units, and they already got their discount, and they're going to be the first ones to get them, and they're going to sell them in a pre-built. That's just how it is.
Yeah, and it's tolerable, but you kind of just pre-builts are the way to go. And now there are all these computer companies opening up where they're all trying to sponsor different streamers and different this and different that, because those companies succeed. They've been succeeding more and more. Like people just want they want it to be. It's easier to get that kind of license to where people just give you that you can just randomly be like, I'm buying 100 3070s, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
So they just do that. Good entry level, like I said, is 1,800, 2,000. If you're looking in a PC, now this is coming from just casual people. Like here's people who we're not experts. We know how to build our computers. We're not stupid, but we don't look at prices every day. We don't follow the trends or anything. We just kind of do a little tiny bit of research, and then go as we can. If you're looking to learn keyboard and mouse and you just got a PC, like I should say, you just bought that bitch, and you're like, I want to play Apex. Don't do that. Don't do that. You're gonna end up hating PC because you're just gonna get fried by everybody who's been on PC longer than you. As dumb as it sounds, and if you played it more than once, play Doom, the 2016 one, not Eternal. Play Doom, normal Doom, because it's fast paced enough that you just learn how to play the game. You learn how to move, duck, dip, dive, dodge, and duck. And you can just do that whole thing over and over, and teaches you how to use all your keys and how to press all your buttons, and without looking at the keyboard, which I actually did not know was a problem. And it will learn your sensitivity, because that's a big thing. And
this is true.
I didn't realize that was a problem, where people would look at the keyboard all the time when they were playing video games because they didn't remember where their hand was. I'm doing it so long that it's natural. Like I put my hand on a keyboard, AWD space and shift, or just my hand falls right there every time with my my pinky on shift and my ring finger on tab. Like it's it's so easy. I don't even think about it anymore.
That's just but most people getting into PC gaming, which we know a lot of people that have been trying to get into PC gaming.
Yeah, that's the reason we decided to throw this in there today.
Yeah,
I feel like my ADD is so bad that I have to actually get the same keyboard that I use at home and bring it to work, like a separate one at work, just because I can't use any other keyboard.
Because you're so used to it. I've been told that I need to build a custom keyboard, because apparently that's, once you build a custom keyboard, there's no going back. And I'm like, yeah, but my K55 Platinum is just so clean though. It feels so crispy. Like,
pretty good for these custom keyboards, like on Etsy or something. Like,
no, you can have somebody make you one with like special keycaps and key stuff, and I'm like, yeah, but I like my cherry reds, bro. Like they're so nice. I'm just gonna put that in a custom keyboard. What's if somebody wants to make me a custom keyboard, and that'd be sweet, but I don't know if I want to spend $400 on a custom keyboard. It seems like really, it's a little expensive for
it's an expensive hobby to start doing custom keyboards for sure.
It's definitely not easy, but I don't see the point. I understand people want it for aesthetics. They want like the pink and purple keys. It just looks so clean. They look like little fucking gumdrops that you could put in your mouth and press W. Like I don't.
It's not just the keycaps. It's the custom.
The way the switches feel.
It's the switches. Yeah, there's people that make custom switches, and then you get them lubed, and they sound a certain way, and people like the way they sound.
I don't like that lubed.
That's what.
Ew, I don't know if I like that word though. I don't know, it just feels weird.
Would you like me to say grease?
No, that sounds worse.
You want me to like
Ooh, lube that key up for me, Poppy. Like, ew.
All right.
Okay, that
Oh,
seems
it's got
kind
the
of.
stock. I need to add some more lube.
Anyways.
No.
Good lord.
No.
Let me grease the keys real quick. Hold on.
No, don't say that.
Just spit on it.
Oh, we
Damn,
went
my
too
space
far.
bar isn't working. There it goes. It's good now. Whoa, there it is.
Works
You need
fine
some
now.
spit on your space bar too, Thomas?
Oh my
We can
god.
both spit on it.
Oh my god. Be careful. Be careful. Left control might get jealous.
No, listen. That's why I put the explicit tag on every one of our podcasts.
All right. Thank God. All right.
I mean, you know I'm gonna say some dumb shit eventually.
You always do. You always bring it home. But back to what we were saying though, if you're getting started on PC gaming, hopefully you've already bought something, but the note that I wanted to put in there was if you don't know what you need to buy, you need to look at what your budget is, which like we said, probably 1800 or more saved up is a good starting number, and also figure out what type of games you want to play because you don't need a top of the line computer that costs $2,700 if you're going to be playing Minecraft, and that's
not even that. If you're not going to be
vanilla.
streaming on the same machine, you don't need a god tier computer.
That as well.
Like
My
you could
Minecraft
get
needs
away with
RTX.
running. What?
My Minecraft needs RTX. I can't tell what I'm looking at.
I
my
need the
RTX
God rays.
is
Like
not
you
on.
could get away with a 3070 build for a long time if you don't stream on that same computer.
That is true. That is true. Yeah, if you're not doing streaming,
I wouldn't say at least no taxing stream like Apex. And one thing, word of warning: if you play Apex, for the love of God, look up how to limit your frames.
yes.
If you don't know this about Apex, Apex does not care what your monitor is set at. It does not care if it's at VSync. It will take every single ounce of your GPU and run as hard as it can, unless you max the FPS out in your launch settings.
You have to cap it, or it will
If
blow
you
your
if you
computer
don't
up.
cap it, it'll just run at 400 frames and then it just run to nothing because it's going to run as hot as it possibly can. I don't know who designed it that way, but it's really stupid. So you have to cap it yourself. And you can't do it in the game.
To stay warm in winter.
Oh my,
if you're in the middle of winter and you're in fucking Tennessee, bro, put your computer in front of a fan and
it'll heat your whole house.
It'll heat your whole house.
But yeah, hopefully you're looking at these things and you don't think you need a god tier computer, because you don't in most cases, because it does get very expensive. And you might say, oh, $1,800 is too much, it's kind of out of my budget. I totally understand that. You just got to keep in mind consoles cost $500 or $600, and each controller is $50 or $60 each game. You gotta compare it. It's not quite apples to apples, but computers are upgradable. You can get new parts, you can get a new video card, you can get more storage, you can upgrade your operating system in some cases.
And it does more than your console does.
Yes.
You have browsing, you have everything you can watch, and it's easier to access. It's quicker.
It is an investment, though.
I got email.
Absolutely.
I got email. You want to make a phone call? Don't do it while I'm online.
True. But it is an investment, and it is worth it if you're thinking about getting into PC gaming. Of course, we still love our consoles, but if you're thinking about it, it's worth it. Just save up the money, figure out what you need, what your budget is. You can check websites. The best one is pcpartpicker.com, and it can help build you something, or you can browse through different products and see their pricing. And if you're not sure what pieces you want, or if you're looking at a pre-built and you see a product in there, a video card that you're like, I don't think that's very good, you can also go on to the Google bot and just type in the product that you're looking at and type in the word benchmark after it. So if you see a video card that you think isn't very good, you're going, that says it's a great computer and it's brand new, but it's got a a
A
GTX
770.
it's got a 770 in it, and you're like, that doesn't sound new. Just type that in and type in benchmark behind it, and it's going to give you information about how well it performs and what year it came out, so you can have a better idea.
At this stage of the game, if it starts with a 1, unless it's a 1660 or it's 3 numbers long, you probably don't want it.
Partially true.
I mean, you don't want a 970.
That
you don't
is
want a
true.
770. The only thing that comes in a 1 is a 1660 Super.
1660 Super.
And that's not bad, but it still has its flaws.
Also,
and that website that would be https://www.pc as in party crashers, part picker as in how you pick your nose.com.
It's a good website for sure. And
it is a good website because it'll basically it won't let you mismatch parts. So you won't put a part in that doesn't collab.
I also
doesn't
just
go
wanted
with another part.
Correct. Yeah, it'll tell you what works with other parts. I just also wanted to throw in there, when it comes to video cards, yes, don't necessarily look for a 1 in the product. And also, GTX is past gen and RTX is current gen. So I just wanted to point that out as well. If anyone is interested though, or if anyone needs help, we can always answer questions on the Discord too, because we have quite a few people
you can always ask.
Know about computer stuff. So
as it stands right now, we are 36 minutes into the podcast, which means you're a little over halfway. There are 5 total people in here, not including us, which means there are 5 people watching, 5 people that can type in chat, hopefully. So we're going to be trying to open up the floor for questions to see what people want to ask, people want to have answered that we may or may not be able to answer. It can be about anything.
The floor, are people gonna fall in?
Probably. It's like a sinkhole.
Yeah.
It's terrifying.
Yeah, except it will catch you. You just gotta ask a question.
But yeah, if anyone has any random questions, go for it.
We do have a random question from Mr. Voltage himself. Him and his son watches me. His name's Little Spark. It's really funny. It's adorable. He asked me what is it like just starting out streaming. I've been streaming for 5.5 years. I only just started getting recognized about 1.5 years ago to 2 years ago now? Yeah, about 1.5 years ago.
About 18 months ago.
Yeah, about the time everybody's been getting these long subs. I just started getting recognized then, and where I started making content that people could actually enjoy and watch. And
Which, to be honest, that was kind of luck too.
It was luck because some people wake up in the morning and they're like, I want to be a streamer. I want to be famous. I woke up and said, I'm just going to learn to edit because it looks fun. So me and Thomas started making videos, just like random YouTube videos.
Just clowning.
Just doing dumb shit like dancing and doing like video games and playing Portal, and I was just like, I just want to learn what it's like to edit. Maybe I'll do that and edit for somebody, stay in the background. And then I started just posting opinions about video games on TikTok because, believe it or not, as dumb as I sound, I'm pretty knowledgeable about video games, I'd say. So I started giving my opinions on video games, and people were like, I like this guy. I like the way he explains things, because I'm the definition of explain it like I'm 5, because that's how I explain it to myself. So I explain it to other people the same way that I know how to explain it to myself. People are like, I like this guy. Then one day I plugged my stream, which I don't do anymore. And
not really.
I plugged my stream, and one day I started up a stream at like 8:30 in the morning, and like 15 people showed up. And I was like, bro, I'm used to there being like 2 people here.
Yeah, it was wild.
And then every day since then, 15 people showed up. And then it turned into 30. And then I started doing more and more Apex and started to not like the game. So it went up to like 140. And then, it was kind of wild. And it's still wild. It's still wild to think that I'm sitting in my room and my job is to make content. It was never something I planned on doing.
It's not, your job isn't to make content. Your job is actually to entertain other people. And
I try my best. It's not to make content. I just make content out of entertaining other people.
Yes.
I'm like a clown.
Essentially.
You got big shoes.
Yeah, I got big shoes. I wear a size 19 shoe. If you didn't know that.
You do got the big feet.
Big shoe. Any. That's basically what it was like streaming. Nothing too crazy, I guess. Just it wasn't something that some people say. They're like, I've been grinding for this. I'm like, I just kind of fell here.
Yeah.
And here I am. And now I never would wish to get out of it. I fucking love it. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's just never something I never imagined myself doing, like watching Summit and everybody and like watching Summit and Tim, and I'm like, it looks like it'd be really fun to do. Like, just imagine being able to talk to people like that all day. Like, have a community that just loves the shit out of you just because you're just doing what you do normally.
So, it is a blessing.
Now that it's here, I'm like, dude, I don't think I could ever fuck back. I don't think I'd ever want to leave this, dude. I met so many nice people through this.
That is true. We have.
I mean, I've had people to my house, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah.
We're gonna do it again soon. Anybody else? You got another question, Voltage?
Anybody else that might be in here?
The A&W root beer so creamy, bro. So smooth, so much smoother than Bargs.
I thought you were a Bargs man.
I am a Bargs man, but this A&W is crispy. And you can write aloud questions too. That's fine. If you just think of a question, you can throw it on there because I'll go off on a rant and then read the next one and go back into it. Biggest fear on streaming? Booting up one day and there being nobody there. Being right back at square one when it was just Thomas sometimes and Lisa and Reed. That's my biggest fear. That was my biggest fear. The 3 weeks we were moving and I was like, dude, I'm going to boot stream up and nobody's going to be there.
I don't want to speak for you, but because I know you're not good at expressing yourself, I happen to know that when you say your biggest fear is starting up stream and no one being there, it's not so much that I know like someone might hear that and go, oh, he's afraid like he'll lose his job, he won't make money anymore. No. That's not really it. I know that the bigger fear is that we've lost the community. Like you've stopped being entertaining, or you stopped you lost touch with your community, or
you ever just have your homies not reach out to you anymore? You're just like, damn.
Yeah, that's essentially what it would feel like. You would be like, damn, I lit everybody down.
Yeah, like I'd boot up and BJ doesn't show up and BCam doesn't come back and all the homies just stop showing up, and I feel like, man, I really just not fell off, but I stopped being entertaining enough that just nobody wants to come back. I don't ever want to get to that point. I want to try to create enough good, like be entertaining enough that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
And I made a lot of good friends to the community, like Rare, BJ, Lo-Fi, Voltage, all the night, like Tonlo, fucking Etham, Poe, for God's sakes. Like, I just don't want to boot up one day in the community and just not be there.
Yeah.
Like, even if you guys don't have to give me anything, just come back. Just like people being there. It feels nice to not, I don't know. I never thought I'd be an entertainer.
We are social creatures.
Yeah. How do you choose mods for your Discord and Twitch? Twitch I'm a lot stricter on.
Yeah.
Discord, I actually don't really need that many mods for Discord. That's why we don't have that many.
When we were really busy with a bunch of Apex trolls, we did bring on more people.
when we had a lot of trolls, the one mod that we need forever is Rare.
I'm gonna tell you right now, here's the biggest thing. I don't know if we brought this up on the podcast before, we might have. The funniest thing, I'll let him get back to how we choose people, which is pretty, easy, but I just want everybody to know, if you become a mod for our community in any shape or form, you might as well do it if you're bored in life, because after it happens, you will apparently become the busiest person on the planet. You will get a job. You'll go back to school. Your family will move in with you. You'll lose your car. Something's gonna happen.
When it comes to Twitch mods, that's how it works. Because every Twitch mod I've had has gotten extremely busy after they became a mod.
It's normally within like 60 days. You just become
like we got CC on as a mod. We didn't hire. I don't hire people because I can't pay anybody. But CC comes on as a mod because he's there all the time and he lurks. And the moment he becomes mod, within a month, he said he has to travel for like 6 months for for work.
For work.
Pika got mod, and within a week wasn't around for almost a year because he had a lot of family issues.
Yeah.
Lil Mikey went off to be a senior or college freshman because he got. I miss Lil Mikey. He's a hilarious little kid. But he disappeared because he became a mod and then immediately went back to school. Heartless did the same thing.
Heartless very busy in college.
We have Honey Badger. I put Honey Badger on as a mod, and then tax season rolled around and she was gone for 3 months.
She's been busy with work. Yeah, like every time.
Every Gabby.
Oh,
Gabby got mod, and then Gabby had to go back to Japan and got sick. And like every single time, Reed's a mod now, and Reed has been making coffee cups for 6 months. Like,
yeah, for real. Like
he's been 3D printing stuff. He doesn't even get to come into the stream anymore.
No, not at all. And even I'm having a brain fart. You're I'm having this sound so bad. Your editor that you had for a minute
Philip.
there. Philip, thank you.
I got Philip on as an editor, and we were actually doing really well. He was doing like the editing, YouTube editing for me. It was awesome. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make him an editor and a mod so he can like clip whatever he needs to clip. Then this dude, this motherfucker gets a new job and then has no time to do anything but work and sleep. And like, good for him. That's fucking awesome. He said he's actually doing a lot better now. But
which is great.
The fact that he got on as a mod and then his life blew up. It happens every single time.
So if you need your life to do a 180, hit Bobo up.
Yeah, you want to get really, really busy, just let me know. But
every time.
To choose mods for Discord, we don't really need mods for Discord. We have like an application that we go through and we look at like activity and see how you act. And if you're not active at all, then that's just a no-go. Yes. But to be honest, I have like 2 different bots coded because, believe it or not, I used to do a lot of Discord. I look like it. I'm fucking humongously fat. Like
Discord mod.
I used to help people make Discords and like revive their own Discord, and I used to code the bots for it, and I know how to do it really well. So the bots usually catch everything. Whatever the bots don't catch, rare catches. Then whatever rare doesn't catch, one of the normal mods will, because rare is as quick as fucking Carl is sometimes.
Yeah,
and there's a second bot that people don't know about that's not Carl. It's a different one, and that's purely for logging and stuff that Carl doesn't do.
Correct.
But they're all coded to just make it so the Discord runs smooth. And as for Twitch, it's activity and honestly demeanor and sometimes age, because I think the only person that I've gone away from that is Low. Mm-hmm. And even then, Low got busy as fuck once he got mod.
The monk literally. Just 3 weeks later, he's just gone.
He hasn't even been. He peeked in for like yesterday for like a couple of minutes and then disappeared.
Yeah, but yeah, typically we do have that application just to help keep it organized, type of thing, and then we go through each one and we look at how old are you, right? When are you available? See if it goes in line with either Discord or Twitch, and then we take a look at activity, so we will review people's chat history to see if they're nice and have a good demeanor, or if they're dickheads, because obviously we don't want to have a dickhead as a mod. And then we ask the other mods on the team if who they feel comfortable with, and it normally gets voted on. So it's not our decision. We want
I always ask everybody else. I think the only Slim too.
Oh, god dang it, Slim too.
Yeah, Slim, and Slim's super busy now. He still hasn't been able to come back around.
It's crazy.
Favorite genre of game and why? Well, we all know it's probably FPSs, but
I would say it's shooters for you for sure.
Yeah,
with a close second of like your action adventure game type deal.
Yeah, I love action adventure and shooters.
And then followed up right behind that with a horror.
I love horror games too.
I know you do.
Like action adventure, I love doing the story mode kind of games. They just, to me, they're weird for me to stream because I feel like they're not as entertaining to watch unless you're a bigger person, because people just don't care. They're like, why would I watch this guy play fucking Skyrim? I can just go play Skyrim. Like,
should we play GTFO? Because that's like a combination of all 3 of those.
I've seen the updates of GTFO. We could try it. I tried it before, and it's actually kind of difficult. It's actually really difficult.
And you got to have the right people you're playing with, apparently.
Right. And you gotta have the right squad. I'm down to try. We need to play Extraction too.
Sure.
but mostly shooters. I love shooters. I've always enjoyed those since I was a wee laddie. I played a lot of like Call of Duty when I was a kid, and I played a lot of Gears of War, and I loved those. And then, moved on, and now I get to do it now. And I'd like to not be dog shit anymore because I'm kind of butt cheeks.
You're
But
not.
I just gotta get better. Are you afraid of ever getting too big? Like millions of subs can't have the bond like you have the community now. Who says with 1 million subs that you can't have the bond you can have the community like now? Like, if I ever got to that point, then you can just start hosting like Nick Merckx type of events. Like, just be like, I have fucking fuck you money. I could just you want me to start up a con myself? I'll just go do it myself. Like, be like, okay, all of the fucking Cheek Squad, we're hosting CheekCon down in fucking Miami. Everybody get there.
Dude,
like,
that sounds amazing.
We could do that. Like, imagine being able to do that, and then I come up and you're like, dude, I've been a sub for fucking 48 months. I'm 4 year sub. It's high voltage, bro. Voltage, and I remember names. I remember shit that matters to me.
I will say this. This about being that level of big. When you get that big and you do have 10, 20,000 subs, you probably remember your first, big sub people, the majority of your core community that was there at the beginning. I know it's got to be hard to try. You can't remember that many people, especially if most of them don't chat. You got other things going on. However, even though I don't watch Nick Merckx, I give him credit for doing things to give back to his community and even people that aren't part of his community. Like, doing free events that are ginormous is insane. Like, that's
what did
people might be.
Markiplier say?
What am I missing here?
Chat.
I'm reading his chat. He said it broke his heart, like what Lisa's saying.
I think another part of it is just being humble.
Yeah, I mean, that's a big, absolutely, you should be. Anyone I will say, I'm not going to name names, but I know quite a few streamers, not personally, but I've seen the rise and downfall of a lot of streamers because they let their ego inflate to the point that it turns them into a different person, and then they lose their audience because they stop caring.
With Markiplier, it's different to me because Markiplier is a YouTuber. It's different when you're a Twitch streamer. Like,
yeah, Twitch is instant connection.
We're having almost a live conversation right now, despite it being through me talking and you texting. But when you're on YouTube, you just read the comments of people. They can comment at any point in time. They can comment 3 years after the video has been released and act like they're part of your community. It's different when it's real time and you're really talking to people.
Yeah.
And but if you ever watch anybody who's like really, really big, it's kind of weird. Like, as much as you want to, people talk about speed, and like you see speed, and there's no way he knows anybody in his community because his community is there's a lot of trolls in his community, and they just don't care. But there's no way, like Moist Critical, he probably remembers the people who supported him from the bottom. Nick obviously does because he tweets about it all the time. People will tweet him and like, I'm a 5-year sub with Nick Merckx, and he'll remember when they sub. Like, he remembers when he started. He remembers that they've been there for 5 years back when he was playing Modern Warfare 2. There's no way you forget that because the people in your community, as weird as it sounds, they almost make you. Like, I can be the most entertaining person on the planet, but if nobody wants to watch me, then I don't have a community. If the Cheek Squad didn't exist and it was just me, I play video games like this when there's nobody around.
Yeah.
But the fact that there's people around and they want to support me doing it more, they're the reason I'm here. It's not me. Like, I'm part of the foundation, but you still got to build a house on the foundation, and that's where your community comes in.
Definitely.
Is it really cozy without the LED lights?
I mean, true. Like, I need to turn the LED lights on my gaming computer so they flashing and shit. Like, I need to look at my computer and think I'm in a rave.
Absolutely.
And I can't do that right now.
Are you really streaming if you don't have RGBs everywhere?
Honestly, what are you doing?
What are you
Are
doing?
you even a gamer?
Not at all.
Are you
actually.
even?
I'm odd, actually.
Wow, you would be.
I'm 12, so Yes.
But
Boy.
do we have any other questions from people? It does not affect Thomas in any way whatsoever. Me and Thomas act exactly the same we do on stream as we do off stream, and you've probably seen that in the Discord.
That this podcast that you are listening to right now is pretty much how we talk in real life.
Yeah, except a little bit more
laughing.
professional from Lisa. Lisa's a little bit more professional than me and Thomas are. But
in general,
a lot of it.
There was no change essentially. It's more a change. I make it more of a change than it has to be. Like I'm like, but I need you to be there, Lisa. I don't want to bother you with this. I want to make sure I'm not playing video games in case you need my help. Blah blah blah. She's like, shut up.
Yeah.
Stop it. Like
Yeah.
I play video games just like for fun off stream, and I'm like, I don't want to be playing video games. I should be doing something with Lisa. And she's like, shut up. Go play Terraria. Like, and I'm like, it's like, trust me, if we want to do something, I'll tell you. And it's me making it a problem when it's not a problem. It's just me being stupid.
True.
But it, honest to God, hasn't changed. Like, I don't think it like I said, it hasn't changed Thomas' life at all. Because I don't even think I've gotten recognized with Thomas yet. Like, I don't even think I've been somewhere and somebody noticed us.
For all those times that we went out at different various restaurants and nobody said nothing to us at the mall and shit.
So like that doesn't happen. Lisa just gets really giddy when somebody recognizes me.
Oh, I am the biggest Bobo stan.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, so
I'm your
crazy.
biggest. I'm his mom.
Yeah, somebody recognized me, and Lisa goes, "They did recognize you," because I got recognized at a fucking car wash.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't even know who the fuck that guy was talking to. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't hear what he said or how he knew me, but I think he saw me on TikTok. I started talking to him. I told him I got recognized, and Lisa just cracks the fattest fucking grin every single time.
I do.
But other than that, it hasn't changed anything. I don't even think it's changed me. It did for a minute because it made me mad. Like I told everybody on the stream, like before I moved, which is why everybody stopped watching, because I was resentful of the voice of the "oh fuck yeah, brother," oh fuck yeah, brother, that thing, because people would come in and just ask me to say it all the time.
Yeah.
And that started to change me because it made me mad, because I'm like, these people don't even fucking want to come watch me. They want to come because I can fucking talk like Gibby. And that made me mad. So then it just made me more mad. And then I eventually started hating Apex. It's probably why I can never play it again like that, because I have that connection with it now.
It's one reason.
It's also just sometimes just not fun. And it is what it is. But
yeah, you don't want to be remembered for your gimmicks.
No, I don't. That's why I strayed away from it. Like I remember talking to Ditto, and he's like, bro, you could have rolled that train of just doing that voice over and over, and you would have been gigantic on TikTok. And I'm like, yeah, but they wouldn't be there for me.
No,
they would be there for the voice.
It's never been to be famous anyways.
No, my goal isn't to be famous. And we're at the point now that if we hit a break and we start popping off and like the numbers start to rise, because I just start randomly doing good in Valorant or something, and I get noticed, and then I play with the right person, and then we start popping off, and suddenly we got 300 people in the chat. We have that foundation that's so solid now that we can sustain anything that comes our way as the Cheek Squad. There's nothing that's going to be it. We're the Tatman army at this point, except we don't have an army yet.
We will be giving out tattoos of cheeks, though.
Yeah.
Oh my God, can you imagine?
You have to get the cheeks on your cheeks.
Hey.
There's a lot of kinds that wash off, though. You don't have to get the needle point, just
How much do you want to co-host a tournament?
I think that'd be fun for you.
I think it'd be fun. I would like to do something. I would like to cast more. I have to get better at it though. I would like to try something random, like a game I know a lot about, like League. I'd like to do League, because I know I don't think you guys know, but you don't understand. Me and Thomas literally talk about League just randomly. Like he made a whole bingo sheet, and I watched the LCS so like off to the side, and I could tell when he was marking stuff off, and I wasn't even watching with him. It was just funny.
I'll have to post that in Discord, because it was sad. Like I feel like as professionals in that game, they should have never allowed as many of those things to get checked off as they did in one day.
No, they shouldn't have. But
that's why they get shit on by Korea.
But no, I would like to try casting. I'd like to try it on something I know more about, like CSGO. Eventually, maybe try Valorant. But I have zero idea how to get into the casting. Like, I don't know who to contact. I don't even know where you would go to even start talking to people about that. I've never even thought about it. It was just something that I randomly did for Enoch one day, and I had so much fun doing. And I'd do it again.
Well, you've done your own stuff. Like,
well, like I tried the kill tournament, but like casting is different than just like talking about different streams of people doing stuff.
That's
Being
true.
able to see the entirety of a game going on is a little different. So you can see the overview of what's happening and what people are looking at. The only problem I would have is a lot of casters aren't allowed to cuss.
That's
and
true.
That's in my I can't help it. It just pops out like a baby. Like
oh my god, what the hell? Oh my god. You're something else. I think that'd be fun though. I think people do like you casting, and especially if, like you said, if it's a game is something you know a lot about, you know how it works, how you know all the names, all the call outs, all the characters, the people playing. If you have a good amount of knowledge, I think you would do really well.
I think it'd be fun.
It would be.
This will probably be the last question. So if you want to ask that question, Voltage,
are we already at an hour?
Yeah, or you want to throw out another one? Feel free.
We'll do one or two more.
Yeah, we'll do one more. For the next two questions, we're not really doing any timeless old story podcasts. We kind of just talk about video games. We don't really want to tell stories or anything like that.
I mean, this one time at band camp.
Yeah, we don't really want to do that. There are no more Demon Lisa stories. That hasn't happened in a while because
not recently. However, Bobo always has weird nightmares. So.
Yeah, I do have weird nightmares. We can leave the floor open for another couple minutes. Somebody wants to throw another question out there. We'll answer it.
And I think we're gonna have to change the title. I think we should do it, like community questions.
Something like that. I can figure out a name for it.
We'll figure out a name.
But Voltage said he's good. He said I ain't got no more questions. But
Wizard good? Is Wizard good here? I want to make sure everybody's comfy.
I would say that was a good podcast, to be honest.
Can't gloat about your podcast.
That was a good podcast. It was a good one. I'm always excited when we have good podcast. Like, it makes me happy that we just rattle it out. We just rattle it out. Like,
I'm leaving. Good night, everybody.
No, don't leave. This wraps up. Nothing. We didn't do anything, Wizard. Nothing.
Oh,
this wraps up our CheekCast podcast, episode 14, titled. So thanks for joining. Thanks for coming by. I don't know what the title is going to be yet, so I'm not going to end it with the title.
God.
The Great Rattling.
We'll see you next week. Remember, if you want to come watch it live, aside from today, maybe we'll do these like once a month. Tier 3s get access to these every week. They can ask questions during the podcast too. And sometimes we'll answer them, sometimes we won't. But titled We Are Coming. I'm about to bust episode. No. That's the end of the episode, boys. We will see you guys next week. See you on stream fucking Saturday, maybe even tomorrow, but we'll see. So
yeah. Thanks for joining us, everybody.
If you want to find me on any of my socials, literally just type Obrodo into Google and you'll find everything. It's all on the same page. That's Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, fucking TikTok, the whole nine. It's all in the same place. So have a good night, boys. Join our community. Come be a part of the Cheek Squad. Get your orange butt cheeks.
Absolutely.
Ooh.
All right. Have a nice night. I'm gonna go play Terraria with Thomas.
Soon, Voltage.
Good night, everybody.
Goodbye.
Good night.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.